Okay, it says we're live. I'm using StreamYard. If anybody knows anything I should be doing, I'm going to check the audio here. Okay. Stereo audio, automatically adjust volume. General. Audio avatars. Oh, we can have a green screen. No, let's not do that. You don't want any green screen. Okay, let me see if I can find my own stream now. There it is, Late Night with Ed. Okay, let me see if I can find my own. Okay, there we are. So, I thought I'd try this, It looks like they've updated StreamYard from the last time that I used it. The studio looks a lot different. Let me get a link. How do I get the link? Let me see. Is that the link to the studio? Okay, invite. Send this link to your guests. Yeah, that's the link. Copy to clipboard. Okay. I'll do that. All right. Okay. I'll do that. So we'll see what happens. We went live the other night with the Beat Buddy, which was fun. It was real fun. Stop cam. How do you change that avatar? To cam. What happens if I do this? I need Bruce in here. I need Mitch or Bruce or somebody that does StreamYard. Someone that's a StreamYard nut. This is kind of crazy. Now, if I go to YouTube, let me edit video. Oh, what's this going to do? All right. I'll try this. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay. Get out of there. Go back to here. I'm totally new at StreamYard, so I need your help. But most of all, I just need people to come in and chat. So there's the link. Paste it again. Showing it. Showing it. Okay. So, what's anybody doing? I don't have a notification of how many people are watching anywhere or if anybody's watching. Where do you find that? Hody, 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 ho. Oh, boy. Roy Ben Dixon, I haven't seen you in forever. So, if you're out there, say something. My laptop's on a delay here. Okay. So if you're a guitar player or into music or anything and you'd like to come in, guys talking about, we used the Beat Buddy the other night and we went live. And the live stream clipped a little bit. It was clipping. And it was because I had the volume set too high on the USB mic. Now there's a total another way I can go is I can mic everything up and send it to my input device, my audio input device, and literally mix through a board and not do it through the live mic. Now, what I would have to do is use one of my amps that has a line out, which is easy enough. I could plug into the Vox and use the line out, and so the only live mic in the room would be my vocal mic, would be the only live mic in the room. And I think I'm going to try that because it might just be a better way to go. Epiphonium, how you doing, man? Good to see you. He's just talking about different ways to capture the audio in OBS, and what I've been doing on my live streams is doing it through this USB microphone. And the last time the gain was too high and it clipped. And what I'm talking about doing is running everything direct into the mixer that goes into the into the interface, run everything direct into the interface that goes into OBS, mix it that way. So that way, if I wanted to hear, which we've always got it muted anyway, but I have to slap the headphones on to hear the mix. What's going through what's getting sent to the computer, what everybody would hear that mix. I think that might be a better option than miking the room, because it clips too much, and I could just have more control of mixing the sound. I mean, I can put everything. I've got two mixing boards in here, one back there and one up here, and I can run a line out from that one up to this one into the computer and mix everything back there, or however. But you wouldn't be getting the live room sound. You would be getting the mix. And I think that's just a better might be a better way to go. I hope to try that soon. Hey, the dog paw, how you doing? My new amp has a line out I'm using. Sounds good through monitor. It's about to test recording it. I have the amp set on 1 watt with cab muffled by pillows, so it works down low. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, once or twice I've gotten a decent mix using the USB mic. And then one time I hooked this mic up, this MXL 990, and then set like a couple of SM58s around in the room. I had one like right here on a boom stand, and then I had my vocal mic, and then I had another mic setting off to the side over here, and I had like 3 mics, and I kind of mixed the room that way through the mixer. That was not a half bad mix, but I think instead of miking, I'm going to run everything, every instrument live to a mixer, live to the studio mix, into the computer, into OBS, and mix through the headphones for a while. You know, stand here and play and get everything mixed, and then run it, because that'll eliminate the clipping problem. I had a terrible clipping problem was what I had. That is what I had, was a terrible clipping problem. AT3030 on my 212 cab, loud enough. Yeah, right. Well, you know, going live into a mixer like this, what you hear here, that's coming through the mic. But that amp goes into a mixer, and I would just have to change the input device on the thing. So I was playing with Ottawa tonight. I was jamming. I've got a funk thing that I'm going to report. Mark Tanner, how you doing, Mark? Good to see you. Mark, you're more than welcome to come in. There's the link. There is the link. And no holds barred. You can do anything in here that you like. I'm all about freedom. Freedom! My amp now has an EQ'd cam sim thingy I never had before. What would that be? Any of you people are free to pop in. There's the link. Mark, Epiphonium, Dogpa, if you want to jump in. I'd love to have somebody to chat with. Love to have Mark pop in here. Cab sim. Okay, right. Cab sims. Absolutely. Yeah. Those are, gotcha. I gotcha. Uh-huh. Huh? And if you click on that link and it takes you to the studio, then all you got to do is mute the YouTube stream so that you don't get an echo problem. Like if I turn on the YouTube stream, you're going to hear this. If you click on that link and it takes you to the studio, then so you got to do is turn that off. But you just come in and then go to the YouTube stream and mute it, but watch the YouTube stream. I mean, you can watch here if you want in the studio, but I usually end up watching on the YouTube stream because then I'm in time with everybody else. But I'll post it one more time. It's not an IR or digitable, just an EQ thing. It is a Bogner ATMA. Okay. Epiphonium, that's fine. Just you pop in here, man. Just click the link and pop in. You know, even if you don't have a cam, as long as you've got a mic, it'll just put your icon up there like wrong mouse. I grabbed the wrong mouse. It'll just do this. You'll look like that. Okay, if you pop in. Hey, Mark, you get a cig and a drink. That's all right with me, buddy. That's okay. We're adults. I'm 62 fucking years old, man. Are you kidding me? You know, I got to try to act like a saint on a live stream. And there are guys who do that. You know, there are some people that I watch, you know, their guitar music channels. They'll block you if you swear in the chat. They, you know, the way it is. So I hope that, you know, this StreamYard just automatically pops you in. Dude, I'm 61. I'll be 62 this year, Dogputt, in September. So I'm creeping up on 62. And I'm wondering about, should I go ahead and take my Social Security? Brian Spalding, how you doing? Good to see you here. I'm wondering if at 62 I should take my Social Security, because I've had a couple people tell me, you know, if you wait till 65, you get more money. But if you do it at 62, you start getting money quicker. So it kind of evens out. And, you know, you wait till 65. Well, what the fuck if you die at 66? You know? I mean, that's not out of the realms of the possibilities. This could be reality. I mean, you never know. We just don't know. We haven't figured this out yet, and we don't know. So 65 is months away, huh? Well, the UI and student money runs out. Medical care is the issue. Yeah. I have to pay for my own insurance right now through the medical marketplace. And it's a nightmare. You know, you get on the phone with these people and you try to they take it earlier to enjoy the benefits sooner. You know, that's what I'm thinking. And you're allowed to make some money. They can't stop you from making money. You know, if you make too much, you report it and you pay a shitload of tax on it. I mean, you know, this COVID thing, I don't see me filing any 1099s with the IRS for gigging because it hasn't happened, man. It didn't happen last year. We didn't play any place long enough for them to give me a 1099. And we always had some places that gave us 1099s, and then I'd file those on my taxes. Okay, Epiphonium. Add to stream. We always had some places that gave us 1099s.
Wow, this is weird.
Okay, yeah. Now you got to go mute your YouTube stream.
This is weird. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
All right, listen. Go to YouTube, your other screen where you were watching, and mute it. All right, listen. Go to YouTube, your other screen where you were watching. All right, come back. Just mute where you're watching right now. Mute the speakers, and then come back in. We heard you fine. You were working fine. You had that stream going in the background. Hey, Janice. You took it at 62. You had to take it at 62. Why? Hello. Epiphonium, come back in. You figured it out. Oh, there's Mark.
Hey, Ed.
Hey.
How you going, brother?
What time is it?
What? 4:30 in the afternoon.
And you're exactly, I forgot exactly where you are. So I'm not going to guess.
Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, okay. You ever run into the blues, Shane?
No, Shane, yeah. He's probably about half an hour away from me.
Have you ever met him?
No, I haven't met him face to face yet, but once we're sort of got a few of the live gigs and that starting to kick off again, I'm definitely on the to-do list.
Are you guys getting back to where you can play live, or didn't you ever have a restriction on it?
We got locked down hard, man. Yeah.
Did you?
Harder than anywhere else in the world, really. Particularly in Melbourne here. But yeah, they're starting to open up again, but there's all these we have what they call I think it's a 2 square meter rule. So per every 2 square meters you've got is allowed one head in that space.
Looky here. I got an infiltrator. Hey, Bruce. Hey, mate.
Hey, what's happening? Gotta hide my ugly face.
Mark, this is Bruce.
Hello, Mark.
Amazing freaking guitar player. Bruce, this is Mark. He's from Melbourne, Australia. Another amazing guitar player.
Oh, well, glad to meet you.
Bruce is from around there, Philadelphia.
Somewhere kind of. Yeah.
He's a Pennsylvania boy.
Yeah.
Pennsyltucky.
Yeah, it seems that way at times. Yeah.
I'm from Ohio.
Yeah, they seem like they got you guys. Don't you have like a lot of National Guard and stuff in Ohio right now, or am I wrong? Wasn't I seeing that?
Well, our governor activated about 600 National Guard, but I don't know where he put them. If he put them at the Capitol, or if he actually activated them and sent them to Washington. There's about 20,000. There's about 20,000 National Guard
Washington,
in the Capitol right now, and
right.
You know, I'd like to see them try it this time.
Yeah, Rob. I don't think so.
I don't think so. And there might be somebody silly enough. You never know. But they'll make you famous. Make you famous. I posted a thing on Facebook, said, Mark safe from getting arrested because I committed a felony, and posted it on Facebook.
You what? I don't get it.
Mark safe from videoing myself committing a felony and posting it on Facebook.
Oh, wow. What were you going to do?
Nothing. I mean, that's what these people did. Hey, Angel, how's it going?
Oh. Never mind. I'm slow. Must be.
That's how some of these people got caught, because they, they did so.
Right.
And
yeah.
now the FBI is going around rounding them up. I've seen a dozen of them that especially on Twitter. They put their stuff on Twitter.
Right.
And they were real proud of themselves, how they stormed the Capitol and how good of a job they did. The next thing you know, they're in jail. It's like,
well, so Mark, I can't help but ask, like, in Australia, are they talking about what's going on in the States and Australia, or is it not big news?
Mark, unmute yourself.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, guys. Daily. We get daily updates, and I worry for you guys over there.
No shit. Yeah. It's freaking between the coronavirus and that crazy shit. It's like, holy heck. Freaking nuts.
Well,
like I've said before, I've spent a couple of weeks in the US every year for probably the last 15. And so I kind of know or
where do you
understand. Mostly Houston, but Fort Collins, Colorado, and Denver.
Colorado is a legal state.
Yeah. That was always fun.
Yeah.
It's been weird to me because I still see myself as being pretty conservative. Well, Mike Pence is conservative. I mean, plenty of conservative people are just probably shaking their freaking heads at this point, wondering what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Freaking
Dogpa must be in Texas. He must be somewhere near Houston. He's saying he's going to come and meet you, Mark, next time you come to Texas.
Right. Next time I get over there, I'm going to go hunt him down. Yeah.
Go hunting what?
Go hunt him down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all my exes live in Texas.
Boom tish. Yeah.
You're going to go hunting deer or?
No, hunt down Dogpa because he must live in Texas somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, at least just trying to meet somebody. You gotta watch what you say these days. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Bruce, do you have the paid version of StreamYard?
No.
No.
I used Rob's for a while.
It's changed. It's changed since the last time I used it. It looks different, and there were some settings for like audio settings that aren't there anymore. That I had.
Yeah, I remember that too. I swear there was a thing where you could adjust volumes, or maybe I'm thinking back to Google, but I swear there were some things different too.
There was, and I noticed right away when I logged into StreamYard, it was like, oh, I never saw this before. But it was pretty simple to just follow the thing and do it. Do they, when you log on, do they always send the code to your email that you got to put the code in?
Not each time, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I had to. I've only used StreamYard like one or two other times, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty neat. I mean, it obviously doesn't sound too good if you're playing guitar through it or anything. But
right. Well, see, Mitch Heyman, somehow he knows how to go through OBS through StreamYard, which fixes that problem.
Well, yeah, I could.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, I think part of it is I played with it for a while. Where what you can do is you make it so that there's going to be a lot of lag between. At least when I did it, there was a lot of lag between your comments and what you were doing live in order to have high fidelity. So it seems like you have to give up.
Yeah.
You know, in other words, if you want to talk with people in the chat, you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to be lagging quite a ways. You know.
Yeah.
That's what it appeared to me, anyhow. And so, you know, I think for basic speech, it's fine, you know, but.
Well, now, how do you highlight a comment at the bottom of the screen?
I think, well, if you're in the comment section, just go over and click on the comment. You'll see it in StreamYard. See the comments down. You have your private chat and your comments.
Yeah.
If you make sure you have your comments on, and from the inside, if you click on that comment, it should then put it on your Then
main. How do you get rid of it?
Click on another one, and it will just click it again.
Okay.
But if you got lost in right now,
all right.
Now if you click it again, now let's say that you forgot to turn it off and you scroll a ways and you can't go back to find it. Well, if just click on another one and then click that one off, and then they go away. You know.
All right. Cool.
Because I did that once. I clicked on one, and then I'm scrolling back trying to find it, and then I realized, wow, well, wait a minute. Well, okay, if you just click on any of them and then brings up a new one, then click it again, and then it's gone. Anyhow. Yeah.
Doc, that's really cool.
All right, now there's something down here. How do you share a screen?
Well, you go to share screen, and then what I usually do is I click on.
Where is share? Oh, I see it. Okay.
And so then you click on that to share your whole screen, and then you just go share whatever you're going to share.
All right.
But it won't really share your audio. I just aim my mic at my speaker. Now, there is probably a way to do it properly. I just don't know how. You know.
Yeah. Okay. There would have to be an audio capture from output audio to capture from the device. So, yeah.
That could be, or there might be a software fix around it, and I just don't know what it is. You know?
Yeah. Right. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, somehow it allows me to sort of kind of get around it. Does anyone around here got a guitar nearby?
Oh, I got guitars all over the place, but I don't feel like playing one. Maybe Bruce will pick something up and strum a few notes. He grabs the bass.
Nah, I don't know. I'm not a bass player. It's fun though. Some guy
got a good pop to it going there.
Yeah. Oh wow, cool. That's pretty neat.
That's part of a bass.
I think I can reach the other bit.
Wow, that looks like a neat. Oh, that's a nice piece of wood. What is that?
It's what they call zebra wood, but it's it's chemically treated to give it the zebra. It's not real.
I was gonna say it's pretty wild looking.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I build a lot of stuff in my spare time.
Oh, neat.
Linda's main guitar is an American Standard Precision, and it's got the one pickup. Her Aerodyne is a jazz bass. And she was using this the other night. I bought this at a pawn shop for like $150, and she won these pickups EMG active pickups in a live stream on a website called Rock House that was like a guitar forum, and they had a guitar and bass forum.
Cool.
And she won them. Is that the same guitar? It's the same guitar. It's the same guitar.
Yeah, it's an Ivan hat.
Mine's black and yours blue. We're black and blue.
Ivan hat. It's not actually mine, though. It's the guy wanted to know if I was interested in it.
But it's your red stock. I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of surprised. You know, for a cheap bass, it's actually not too bad. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, it's kind of
it's got 24 freaking frets.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
24 frets.
Wait, let me see how it works with slide.
Hey, Bronze Snake.
Hey, look, it's fretless now, Ed.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Bass and slide don't really go together, I guess.
You know what I did though the other day? I adjusted the neck, the truss rod, gave it a little more relief, and I got these strings as low as I could get them. I got them to where they were buzzing out, and then I just raised them enough to where it stopped. And so I got the action really, really super low on it.
Bring that camera back.
So it could be a good slapper, you know, because of that.
Wow, that's neat. It looks like a jazz. Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
That's my last bass build.
What kind of neck do you use?
I use a company called Pitbull Guitars. They're actually Australian based, but it's all comes out of like World Music Industries, all their parts. So, but then this is the one I like the most lately.
Oh wow, that is cool looking.
What?
Well, now is that burned in or is that paint?
That's laser etched.
Paisley, like.
Holy crap! Who did that?
A company called Walla Walla Guitars in Oregon.
Now, what's it have on the side? Oh, I see. It does have binding and natural, or what is that on the sides?
It's just where it's not burnt, basically.
Okay.
And then the neck I got from the guys at Texas Toast in
that's
Denver.
the left-handed strat neck, I guess.
Yeah. Well, telling neck.
Right. Yeah. No, it's cool.
There is a kid in my town, Bruce. His name's David. That is an amazing wood burner, and he took a telly body, a strap body, and he would was natural, you know, no paint on it.
Yeah. He
wood burned Jimi Hendrix into it, where it almost looks like a damn photograph.
Oh wow!
The kid is so good, and I've got a guitar. James Dana, how you doing, Dick? I've got a guitar, a Strat with no paint, and I asked him to do Stevie Ray Vaughan, and we never hooked up. The thing is, and he wants like a couple $100, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. It's absolutely worth it, because he goes, you know, I got to do this thing. I can't make a mistake.
Oh,
he goes, if I make a mistake, I got a problem. You know, it's like I'm buying you a new guitar body, and I'm like, okay. He goes, what you ought to do? He goes, you ought to go find a guitar body, buy another body, and then give it to me, and I'll do that. You know, and I was like, all right. But he's like, you know, it depends. You know, it might be $200, it might be $300. It depends on how detailed you want it. But I've seen a bunch of his freaking work, and he can literally do a wood burning that looks like a pencil sketch, you know?
Wow.
When he paints, they're almost like photographs.
Jeez. I was really good at wood burning early when I was young. You know, like I think I was in like 16 or 17. I'd be putting humbuckers, and then I'd use my Dremel tool, and when the cutter bit, you know, would start to get worn, and I'd be like, ah, and keep on it, and next thing you know, smoke would start pouring out and crap, you know. Well, anyhow, eventually I learned. I found it helpful to just pre-drill a whole bunch of holes all through it, and then just chisel it out and then clean up the edges, you know, and smooth everything even. Well, it saved on my little tiny router Dremel tool bits, you know. Whatever stuff you learn.
Hey, Dave's Guitar Channel. Well. Here's the link.
Well, that sounds like this guy Rand Campbell. That was always what he says.
Well.
So did you ever try that, Mark? When you're routing to pre-drill everything out and just.
I've got a big full set of Forstner bits, man. So yeah.
You mean a good size router? You just
drill press. You use them in a drill press and.
Yeah. And a lot of the time
I wish I had a drill press. Oh, he's in bed. Dave's in bed. All right, Dave.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. The half the time I don't even bother with a router. I've got really nice hand tools, so.
So you use Chisel,
Forstner, and then carve it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I just kind of. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like later. Then I just started to do a thing where I just drill it out so it's easy to chisel, and then just chisel everything out and then clean everything up and make it nice and I dress it up with everything.
Will does everything with a template. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Using a router.
You're going to use a router.
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, I agree. A lot less work.
Depends
on what you're doing, though. I mean, if you don't do that many,
right.
Only thing I don't like with the router is the noise and the mess. If I use hand tools, a lot of the time I don't have to set up as much, and it's quick and pretty clean.
Well, yeah, I think if I were doing the same job constantly, you know, do you have like those hollow or rounded chisels and things to go around, or how do you clean up around the corners and that kind of thing?
Yeah, mainly with chisels and gouges.
The gouges, those are rounded.
Just got to make sure they're sharp.
Well, yes, yeah. Sharpening that becomes an addiction in itself. Trying to learn how to make something actually sharp, you know.
That's kind of an art form almost.
Yeah.
I'll give you a recommendation. There's a guy called Paul Sellers, who's an amazing woodworker that's been around forever, and watch a few of his videos on sharpening, and all of a sudden you start to realize that a lot of people take it to a stupid extreme. He'll get stuff super, super sharp, but worrying about angles and all the rest of it on bevels and things like that.
Well, yeah, I just
critical.
I got into a thing where I don't know why I got this obsession of trying to learn how to sharpen a single-edge razor blade that you can shave with it and comfortably, and that it actually is proficient. And I found that, you know, like playing around with like 6 degree, 8, 9 degree, 5 degree, or doing like say a 5 or 6 degree and then putting a slight, just touching it up on the very edge, you know, of like maybe around 8 degrees, like a micro bevel, you know, and then polishing it out. And I don't know, when you spend that much time on that kind of crazy crap and straight razors and everything else, it's then when you go to sharpen a chisel, it becomes, how to say it? It's not so hard anymore, I guess.
I've got out in my garage.
You get obsessed. You know?
Out in my garage, I've got a Makita chisel sharpener that is a flat wheel stone that spins, and there's a thing you set the chisel on, and you set the angle, and then it feeds a coolant onto the stone. And a guy had a set of Freud, Freud chisels.
Yeah.
That were just woodworking chisels that a carpenter would have, when doing carpentry work. And they needed Sharpen, and he had bought this sharpener from somebody and never used it. And I was like, I don't know how to fucking use it. He goes, well, figure it out on these chisels. So I sharpened all his chisels, and it worked out. And then I sharpened all mine, and never used it again. And it's sitting out there on a shelf. I never used it again. So I did it that one time, and then I used to hand sharpen his Forstner bits for our 3/4 inch hole hog that we used for plumbing, so that we could drill, 2-inch and 4-inch holes through floor joists and stuff to run plumbing. And I sharpened those for him a few times, but I did that by hand because there's only one surface on the
I think the weird thing though is, like, depending on what wood you're working with, it's just my opinion, but if you're working with really hard wood, sometimes depending on the quality of your chisel, how it was heat treated and such, and the metal they used, sometimes your edge will either chip away or, it's going to round, it's going to bend over slightly, and so you might have to be, it kind of sounds opposite, but like if you're doing soft woods, you can have a pretty.
All I ever chiseled on 2x4.
Well, my point is, it can be pretty sharp, coming down to its apex. But if you have if you're going into hardwood and you're really nailing it to get through the wood, sometimes the edge will roll or it'll chip out, and so you have to either put the micro bevel on it or take it to a different angle, a little steeper angle. You know what I mean? So it's not as sharp, because I know it sounds backwards, but on real hardwoods, you'll destroy the edge,
I can't show you the actual edge. It's not going to pick it up.
No.
But they're actually mine curve. I don't put a micro bevel on it.
Oh, you have sort of a rounded.
It's actually a curve. Yeah. They're like Luban.
Is it chisel?
It gives you a little different kind of. I know it sounds stupid, but this knife I have, I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. You can't see it, I don't think.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, somewhat. There you
go. I have that. Well, there it is. You can kind of see the angle. It has that kind of convex. Is that what you mean? Sort of like it's slightly rounded.
Yeah. And that's what I mean when you're sharpening chisels, when you're doing the bevel on it. If you actually drag it up as you're pulling it back, so that you're not focusing on keeping it at that angle all the time, you actually lift it as you pull away.
Right.
It'll give you a micro bevel really on the edge, but because it's a smooth transition, when you go to carve stuff, it lifts really well.
You don't have the sharp edge. You don't have the sharp angle on the end to lift on, but you do have the. It's a smoother transition. That's what I'm following you. But I noticed the bushcraft guys. It's kind of weird. They use a fairly narrow blade, but then they do that Scandi grind. If you're familiar with that, where instead of the actual blade coming down and then putting an edge on it, it just comes down flat, and then they grind that Scandi grind on it, which I guess it does allow you to move fast. Yeah. It's an open L.
Yeah. So that's
they're cool. Yeah. Is that a stainless one?
Yeah, I prefer the carbon actually, but
I wish I would have kept some of the knives.
Those are nice. I have an inox. Oh no, the inox is the stainless, I guess, right? Or wait, which I forget what they call
it. Inox is Swiss Army.
Okay. Inox means the aluminum handles. I got all confused. No, but there's a name they have for the open L. I forget what they call their stainless and the other.
Yeah.
But I have one that's carbon steel. It's a number 6. It's a pretty short.
Yeah.
But I do like it though. It is good steel, and they're cheap.
Oh yeah, the carbon ones actually I prefer because of the fact that you can sharpen them easy. Stainless gets to be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's a better. Some stainless I find to be better than some carbons, but I do kind of
Yeah.
prefer carbon. You know,
The stuff in the open L's, the carbon is really, really good quality.
I like mine. Yeah, it seems to be pretty tough, and it holds up pretty well. Yeah,
So,
that
actually, I got that one there.
that
Yeah,
plutonium says if my knives cut
got
through, I'm
this
okay.
knife.
True.
I got this knife when I bought a utility knife,
Yeah.
which was this
Oh no.
knife like this, and then I found this knife on the seat of a tow motor at work, and I asked everybody, "Hey, dude, you lose your knife?" And it's a Stanley knife, and
No kidding. It's pretty cool looking.
and nobody claimed it. And then I got another one around here somewhere that they hired this guy. He came in and worked with me for 15 minutes. I had him drilling holes in plastic parts with a drill, and he had to do like about 500 of them. And I go, "How long is this going to take?" I said, "I don't know. You'd be done by lunch." And he goes, "Where's the bathroom?" I go, "It's up the front of the plant. Go over to the other side. Go through, the big entryway. Walk all the way up to maintenance. Bathrooms are on the left." So the supervisor comes by and she goes, "Ed, where's the guy?" I go, "Oh, he went to the bathroom." She goes, "Oh, great. He'd been here 20 minutes. He had to go to the bathroom." So a half hour later, she's like, "You better go up there and see what the hell he's doing because he got lost." As soon as I get up there, this guy Sonny that's running a molding machine, he goes, "Dude, your guy left. He went out the door. He didn't even punch out. He just went out the door." And he left a little utility knife. I got it somewhere. He left it on the bench. And so, he took off and worked for 20 minutes and quit and left his knife.
Wow. I got one, Ed, for you that you'll like. Check this out. Does that look familiar?
Is that a K-bar?
No, it's just kind of boogered up. I got to fix it up. It's sitting here. I want to clean it up, but no, it's an old Schrade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of. I thought it was worthwhile cleaning up and working on. It's got a good.
Sure.
It's not bad for an old knife. I picked it up at a secondhand store one day.
That's the one that's what I carry. Oops.
Oh wow, it's neat.
Okay, here I got this at Lowe's. This is the old Appalachian. It's
Yeah, that's nice, Ed.
no, it's a piece of shit that come from.
This is the one I was showing you. I don't
like the shape.
It won't even focus on it. I don't normally carry this one too much, but
Spyderco?
yeah. And I probably did destroy it by doing the edge like that. I just like the way it cuts that way.
I got a real knife around here somewhere. It's a K-bar. It's a folding one.
Yeah, those are nice.
It looks like that knife you just showed.
Yeah.
The old buck type knife.
Right.
And I bought that at a fishing show. I think, back in 1989, 1990 or something like that, it was like $30. And I thought, wow, that's a lot of money for a knife, but I bought it because I wanted it.
Yeah.
Knives are about the most dangerous things they'll let us carry down here. So,
What's that?
Knives are about the only thing they'll let us carry around here.
Well, like in England and places.
Boo, bronze snake. Anybody think OJ will take another stab at marriage? Boo.
No, that's actually what I carry.
I carry that little.
Like if I pull the blade out, it's pretty nasty.
I carry this little Stanley that I showed you. That
actually would be useful.
It's sharp. It opens boxes real quick. If I gotta pick at something, I've even picked ice off my.
No, I usually the reason I have that Spyderco sitting there for the most part is generally if I have to remove a lot of stock and I'm wood carving, the S30V, it seems to be fairly strong and I can get a good hand on it and I can remove a lot of material. If I'm carving wood and I just want to get rid of a lot of material at one time. It works good for that.
It's laughing at Dave carrying a butter knife. Yeah, we know you carry a bit more dangerous things than a knife, buddy.
What's that?
Hey,
Some never know.
there's no more dangerous weapon than an insult.
Well,
if somebody attacks me, I just insult that son of a bitch.
well, the worst part about that is, actually, that's the funny thing I always notice about YouTube, though. You have to admit that in real life, though, you don't normally see people not normally insulting people like they do on YouTube.
There's no more dangerous place.
Yeah, like Dave said. Yeah, that probably does the job. The 1911. Well, actually, yeah. Let's just click that off. I guess that kind of, or whatever it is that you're clicking on.
It made me laugh one year when I flew into the US. Big warnings about the preemptive strike laws that got built into the Florida law.
Oh God!
There was great big signs everywhere telling people to be careful what you say on the streets in Florida. Don't threaten anyone.
Yeah. Anyone.
Yeah, Don Rickles was the master. I love watching Don Rickles. You got to go back and look up his hosting Saturday Night Live. He
right. But what I mean though is like you have to. Well, in the guitar community, it can get pretty bad. But I noticed in like the religious community, some of the stuff people say, you just sit there and you wonder, like, there's no way they talk like this.
I kind of disagree about the guitar community. The guitar community, everybody is so if you need to be told that you suck, nobody's going to tell you.
Well, yeah, but
the way I feel, they won't tell you when you're sucking, and which is sometimes I need to be told. Like
I've had people tell me, yeah. I've had people tell me I suck. You suck.
It used to be, but it isn't like that anymore. Now you guys, that religious stuff, that gets freaking wild. That gets wild. I was in the gas station today, and there was this private security guard. He had a knife on one side. He had his Glock on the other side. No freaking mask. And I so bad wanted to go. Put on a mask. What's wrong with you? Just because you got a gun? I didn't have the balls. I didn't have the balls to say anything. I just backed up.
The only thing I'd ask though, was he outside and was he away from the door where you had to go by?
No, we were right in the. I was standing in line. He bought a goddamn lottery ticket.
Yeah, freaking idiots. What the hell? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've seen security guards standing outside and stuff. Not wearing a mask, but I mean they're usually standing back away from people, that kind of thing. I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they're like standing right next to people and stuff, you have to wonder what the heck.
Yeah, I know.
Guy.
You suck too, James. You suck because you don't come over and visit. That's why you suck.
I went to the smokers outlet one day, and when I walked in, I forgot to put my mask on. I ran back out to the car, put my mask on, and walked back in. And so the guy at the counter, he said, yeah, people just not wearing their mask. I'm like, oh, man, I'm sorry, dude. He said, no, not you. He points over to this guy, and did I tell you about that guy? It was like a month ago. And so this guy, he's standing over on the side with no mask or anything. And then he comes up, and I'm standing at the counter and paying for my stuff, and he comes up right behind me. He had to be like 3 feet away, maybe 2.5 feet away, whatever. And I turned around and said, hey, do you mind backing off just a little bit, And there goes my camera again. Anyhow, he wouldn't back off. And so finally I'm like, he backed up maybe 4 feet, maybe 3.5, 4 feet. So I'm like, I said, well, I have coronavirus. And he's like, oh. And he backed off probably like 6, 8 feet, I figure, what the hell? It's a dang shame it takes that much, just to get somebody to back the hell off. It shouldn't be
Start coughing.
But and then the next time I went into the smoker's outlet, I asked the same guy was working, and I said, "Hey, sorry about that with that guy." He said, "Oh, no." He said that was good, So, what the hell? It is unbelievable.
They put in our paper today in the newspaper. Linda showed me they're going to try to start rolling the vaccine out here in Ashtabula County. I don't know who will get it or how to get it.
You're not get that.
I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor Wednesday and asked, hey, when can we get the vaccines? We have no information, absolutely none. My doctor, as a matter of fact, just got his first shot.
Well, yeah, people in the medical field I see are getting it, but I don't think. I have a feeling it's going to be a while till. Well, I mean, with your wife and you,
she's high risk. She's of the age and she's got other problems that put her in the group that she should get it right away.
You'd hope so. I mean, I think after the medical field, you'd think that those people, you'll hopefully get it. You'd hope so.
Her mother is in the hospital right now. She went in day before yesterday. She'd been complaining that she was having trouble breathing for like 2 weeks and went to her doctor. The doctor put her on some kind of steroid. She went back to the doctor. He didn't do anything. Linda got kind of frustrated, took her to the emergency room, and they admitted her. She's got pneumonia in one lung.
Wow.
So they got her on antibiotics and said she's doing okay. We didn't go see her today because I called her on the phone this morning. She says, "Don't come here. They got the COVID people on this floor, and I don't want you up here." And I'm like, "Okay, well, all right. I'll call you again tomorrow. We'll definitely come back tomorrow because we were there yesterday." But they tested her. It's not COVID. So, but they said that whatever she had was contagious. So, I mean, that must mean it's a viral pneumonia.
Wow.
And I'm just thinking, oh, great. How the hell did this happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of looking at it. I mean, maybe. I guess the best you can be is try to be safe. That the more you think it could hurt you, I think that it's the best you can really do. And try to enjoy life because there's not much else you can really do.
Play the guitar.
Yeah.
Stay home and bake cookies. Cook in the instant pot, eat, gain weight, sit around, watch.
You don't look like you're gaining weight, though.
Yeah. It only happens in one place, and I'm not going to show you.
Oh, well, same with me, but it, I only have one. That's the way I am. It grows. Well, never mind. It's embarrassing.
Bronze snake. Yeah, it's. I'm a little worried about the speed that they're bringing this stuff out at. The one that our guys set up down here, they're sort of having some doubts on.
What, on the antivirus?
Yeah, we had one actually dropped that the government spent a heap of money investing in because it was giving false HIV positive tests. So you imagine if that got out into the community. It wasn't giving anyone AIDS, but if you went in and got a test, you'd show up as positive for AIDS.
Holy
You'd imagine what a ball the insurance agencies would have had with that. Yeah.
Wonder which one it was that was doing that. There's like a Pfizer, the Moderna, and the Oxford.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they have.
It's Alcantara or no, Alcantara. No, that's the one that we're actually using now. But it was one before that. Yeah, they caught it.
Whatever it is, I'll take it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
well,
do what you got to do.
They can put a nanobot in me. I don't care. Go ahead, go for it.
I don't
If you think you've got something to gain by implanting something like that in me.
Oh no,
You really think you got something to gain
I'm
from it?
not
Go ahead.
conspiracy theory stuff, man. I'm
For me-
just worried about long-term
I
health
know you're
effects
not.
and-
I know you're
I'm
not.
not. No, Ed. You have to understand. I'm not interested in the antivirus. I just want the damn microchip because I'm possessed. You know.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And I think it would help me.
Well, I'll get it right along with you. Whatever they're going to get out of me, they can have. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's how they're doing it now with that swab thing that they were doing. They stick it back way back. They shove that freaking nano chip back in there, the microchip, so they can track you. And then the chemtrails come down, and I think they treat it somehow when you inhale it, and that's what makes it operate.
Well, see, if they're tracking me, then at least they can let me know where the hell I'm at when I go senile.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing. It's like a dog getting a chip or something. I mean, I don't want anybody complaining.
Yeah, my dogs are chipped. I got my dogs chipped. They never got lost. They never got lost.
Brown Snake, you don't understand. I mean, and it's sad, but the way they're doing it now is if you're going to be on the internet, especially like in side chats or live particularly, but even in the side chat, they're going to make people get the microchip. You know, there's no way out of it.
Bill Gates, man, that goddamn.
Especially now that Biden, Harris are in, this is it, man. They're pushing it heavy.
That's it.
Well, it's basically going to come down to if you want to travel at all, you're going to have your vaccine certificates.
Well, I think the places that you're going to see it is obviously.
I'll tell you
the job you have, that kind of thing. You're going to see it. You know?
I'll tell you exactly how screwed up it is. To fly now, in the United States, you have to have a validated, verified driver's license. All right, so you have to go to. Hey, Paul Kelcher, how you doing? You have to go to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, and you have to take your birth certificate and proof. You have to prove that you are who you are. Okay. So I get my birth certificate that has a notary seal on it, and I take it to the DMV, and they go, "Oh, we can't accept this. This is a copy." I said, "This is what I got from the health department." "No, we can't accept it." I go, "Look, here's my driver's license. I've lived in Ashtabula for 60 years. Okay. I've been at this address for 15 years. You can go, you can look. No, we can't accept it." All right, my driver's license is going to expire. They go, "Well, we can give you the unvalidated one, but you just can't fly."
Holy God.
And I'm like, "Look, this birth certificate came from the health department." They go, "No, we can't accept it. You have to go to the health department, pay them $25, get one with a notary's thing on it." I go, "Well, what if I take this to a notary and get them to notarize it?" And they I probably should have done that, but it had the picture of the notary seal because it was a copy. It was photocopied on there.
Jeez.
And I'm like, what? Why would I fake this? You people have seen me in here. You know who I am. I come in here. I register vehicles. I got,
Well, you should have just given them your YouTube channel.
Look at that. So to fly now, just in this country, I have to go get a damn passport.
Wow.
Or go through all that crap, go pay $25 in the health department, get my birth certificate, which all they'll do is they'll hand me exactly what I freaking already got, and I'll take it down there and they'll go, "We can't accept that because that's a photocopy." What I should have done was just went to a notary and had them notarize it with their notary thing on there before I even went, and maybe they would have took it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave. No, my camera's messed up. It keeps going out of focus.
He just muted his camera.
I'm eating I'm eating. I should really stop eating. This whole freaking coronavirus thing, I have to admit, it's screwed up my freaking eating. Now people are trying to blow up whatever the hell they're trying to do to our country. It's making it all the harder to freaking not eat.
My biggest problem is insomnia, or I've become nocturnal.
Well, if I could learn how to eat at the same time.
I'm up all night watching Blessed Bible Fight Club, and I can't help myself. It's an addiction.
Are you kidding me? Or are you serious?
Bruce, I watch every live stream almost that you do. I'm always in there.
I mean, know, but to be honest, I'm getting tired of it. I'm like, I think it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, my brother's right. My brother's right. What's the chances of me getting on a plane? Even if I went to go visit Linda's son out in San Diego, we'd probably freaking drive.
Okay. I'll ask you this, and you have to be honest with me, Dad. Would you say that even if you don't have anxiety, I don't know, have you ever dealt with anxiety in your life?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, do you find that my hangouts are helpful or a hindrance in that area?
Oh, they're a wonderful outlet. No, I'm not kidding. To see other people be crazy.
Crazy. Okay, but now wait a minute. What about like say Thick Shades or one of those guys comes into the chat?
Well, see, he got on my.
You're talking with him. You have to. I bet your blood pressure like kind of goes up like a little bit.
No, I get bored because he doesn't ever say anything. It's the same old with him.
Well,
now Smokey got me worked up a little bit because he's just evil.
This one dude I was talking to, I don't know if you met him or not. The Jesus is Lord guy, the Jill guy. He what the hell was he telling me that? Well, okay, and I know you have to understand me though, but he accused me of being a liberal because I guess. And look, you're laughing. See what I mean? He's like, and it's like nothing you could say. Like, I don't know. Oh, geez,
Well, it was like I'm not gonna mention her name, but there's one female that like the night she started with, well, look at the Clintons, they had their law licenses revoked, and I'm like, why do you say this stuff? All it takes is 2 minutes to Google something.
I'm trying to think who that was,
and you say this stuff just because you hate them because they are liberals and they're Democrats, and you say that stuff. Nobody got their law license revoked. They let them lapse because when you're the president of the United States or you're the Secretary of State, you're not practicing law. Okay? And for them being so high profile, those fees are probably, not that they don't got the money, but those fees are probably pretty high, and they're not concerned with that. They're not practicing law. Now, Bill Clinton did briefly get his license suspended when he got impeached, but after they didn't do anything in the Senate, it immediately got reinstated. So it was a temporary thing. But they'll say stuff like that. They'll make claims like that. Like the one I've seen several people in your side chat claim about the billions of dollars on pallets, the pallet of billions of dollars that Obama sent to Iran. Dude, that was all he did was unfreeze their bank account. Okay? That's all he did. He lifted a sanction and unfroze the bank accounts on their own money. To say that he just sent them pallets of billions of dollars is like, that's not how it worked.
Some of this stuff I'd say is hard to figure out in the sense that like say it's a conservative point of view, and then you go to do a fact check. Well, conservatives don't have any fact check sites. No, I'm kidding. But you go to look and you see like, oh no, this is the case or it's not. But it's often from the angle. It is hard to find news media. Well, But then if you're on the extreme right or the extreme left, you'll say you can't trust it anyhow. So I don't know. Hell, I don't know. People, I don't know.
Well, Dave, that's not the way I understood it. And no, he didn't pay to get any hostages.
Well, look, I'm not trying to cause any trouble, but he was a freaking commie.
Okay, all right, yep, liberal commie bastard.
No, I'm just trying to see if I can win Dave over as a friend by.
Yes, things can go downhill quickly here. So let's veer off the politics because things could go into derailment.
Okay, well then do like my channel, like you just go from politics to religion, you know.
Well, I don't know enough about religion. I
mean, these are like perfect conversations to destroy, you know, Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas, anything, you know. I mean. But then again, when it comes to family, it's not like you can sit around and talk about guitars, you know. I mean, unless
actually, at family get-togethers in my family, they're rare and infrequent. And when they do happen, we really don't talk that much politics. We just make fun of each other, and you know, we usually take stabs at each other's weight or incompetence in one or other area.
Yeah, well, you do have to watch it, especially if you have people in your family that are from different points of view and stuff, you know. So, oh, gee, yeah, it makes life hard. Hey, there's Janet.
Janet,
oh my goodness, Janet, that guy! I swear he's trying to make me flip out or something. I did though. I started cussing him out and everything, and. It's like it's hard to.
You mean telltale atheist? I bet that was supposed to be atheist.
Telltale atheist? I don't know.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. It's a YouTube channel.
Hey, Dave. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I love discussing politics and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, you just got to keep it reasonable.
Politics right now is too hot. People are too hot under the collar to.
Most people I know can keep a calm head, man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think though under the Obama years, like, you know, people got pretty heated. I mean, you could say that some of that went on before, and it did, but it does seem like with Obama and then with Trump, it's like it's gone to like almost extremes. You know, we're like when.
It's funny, Bruce, because my ex-in-laws, basically, a lot of Dutch people in there, and they're really, really black and white. But at the same time, they're pretty reasonable folks, and we have some really fun, heated arguments about different things. But at the end of the day, we all hug, and it's all cool, you know?
Yeah, with some people, I see that.
Opinions,
yeah, I would see that with some people. Like, I think some people just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And obviously, they're not going to change their thinking.
Hey, everybody's got
their ideas.
The line crosses for me where I've had people that I've known for years, and I'm not going to say they were good friends. They weren't people that I hung out with, but they were people I knew, people that I worked for and stuff. And with the Trump Biden thing, they literally got insulting and attack you.
See, that's where I draw the line. Is you can have really heated conversations about stuff, but we don't have to get personal about it. You know?
They try to make out like, you know, you've wasted your whole life as basically, you know, you wasted your whole life in a gig economy. And it's like, that's not true, you asshole. I worked my whole goddamn life. I had jobs. Like, you know, don't pin that on me. Just because you inherited $1 billion fucking campground, don't insult what I do or what I've done. And now you're only doing that because over politics. And so, okay, if that's the way you are, fine. I'll have nothing to do with you now. You know, I won't support you.
What I thought was the weirdest thing I've seen though is people online that, like, one lady, I knew her for like 15 years, and it was in this one chat room, and there's a number of people there that were friends that stayed friends for like years. And so one day I posted this thing on Facebook, and then Will got involved in the argument.
Oh Lord!
And it was a I put up a Trump, something about Trump. I put up a pro-Trump post or whatever. Well, then she started calling them orange and stuff. And this was early on when when he first came into office, pretty much.
Calling him the Cheeto and shit like that.
Well, all that, like, she's all over me about it, and I'm going like, holy heck, lady, like, mellow out, And then, of all things, because I tried to play moderator between it and mellow it out, she unfriended me. And I'm like, so somebody for like 10, 15 years, and they unfriend you because you're pro-Trump. It's like, what the heck,
Well, I've known you, Bruce, I think, since 2015. And I've like unfriended you like 10 times.
Have you really?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, but I mean, it's the type of person that doesn't just unfriend you. They let you know, and then bam, they're at it. It's like, what the heck did I do? Like, man, I'm just trying to like be cool here with it, and not. I mean, sorry.
There's a video on my channel. There's a video on my channel. You got to dig for it because it's way back early. Will proved it. Where we proved that we could get people to argue over anything. And we did a video over what is better, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip.
I remember that.
I've got this video where I'm comparing, I make bologna sandwiches and I put Miracle Whip and mayonnaise on them. And I still get comments on that video of people telling me, You can't eat Miracle Whip, dude, and you contaminated the experiment because you used the same knife to spread the Miracle Whip that you used to spread the mayonnaise. And it's like they argue over the way I slice the bread.
But Ed, the problem with this was it was fake. The Tonewood argument created real pain and hurt.
Yeah,
I mean, that hurt me, and I know it hurt other people, and I think that's what made it like popular. Is it hurt deep down inside. And
Dave's guitar channel, you shouldn't even know what. I don't even want to know what chatterbait is.
And even my freaking pickups hurt. I mean, I didn't even know pickups had emotions until this shit happened.
Your pickups hurt.
It had an emotional breakdown of a freaking P90. I couldn't believe it,
Well, I hope you've recovered. I hope that it wasn't a permanent.
I did. I regoused the magnets and came back to life.
And I'll tell you what, that was when it got really bad in the Tonewood thing, and that's when I got like blasted by the trolls, and I was trying to fight back, and literally, they thought they were gonna run me off YouTube. They thought they were gonna do me in, and it's like, yeah, it's not gonna happen, dude. If nothing else, I'll just do something else, but I'm not going anywhere. And eventually, it all like everybody just lost interest. It was like,
Do you know during the whole Tonewood thing though, the funniest part about it for me was I was playing like a 12 or 13 pound Telecaster. It's got to be one of the heaviest pieces of Northern Ash I've ever seen. Oh
God, yes.
And that was the guitar I was playing, and yet,
turquoise, is it turquoise?
Yeah. And I would talk about, that I thought Swamp Ash sounded different. But
remember when you ripped the strings off?
I was hanging it by the strings and shaking it up and down and just tore them
off. You tore them off.
Yeah. It was like the video just to like rage and get views or some stupid thing.
Where is that guitar?
It's put away. One day I gotta get it out and play it again. I do like that guitar though.
It's just like the people that made the videos saying that I was dead.
That was pretty
I had
crazy.
people calling me on the phone. Duncan said, somebody wake Ed up and tell him he died because I don't think he knows.
Yeah. No, the worst part is then Ed and I end up talking to each other behind the scenes, and I made a stupid video. It was a bad idea, crying and everything, and freaking Ed, you were probably laughing your ass off too, or no?
Yes, because we
did get back. We were going back at the trolls.
I told you you made the wrong career choice. You should have been in freaking Hollywood. You would have been a great actor. Man. And it was hilarious. And if you remember the problems we had with Gun Ho Jihad and his channels.
I mean, honestly though, that was hard to do. I had this freaking I remember I had this onion, and it was pretty raw, and I cut it up and stuff and wiped it all over my hands. I left a couple pieces down on my hands, and I'd be like holding it up to my eyes, and of all things, I remember my eyes were watering so bad that snot started pouring out my nose and stuff. And I was like bawling and crying because you were gone.
Ed was dead. Ed's dead. I died driving to the store to get beer and cigarettes. Was that
it?
That was the story. He left his house at 3:00 in the morning to get beer and cigarettes, and he wrecked his car and died.
But the worst part I think about it was, at least our idea until it went bad, the idea was to get back at the troll, so that instead of you being upset and everybody upset, we'd be laughing about it. But then unfortunately people believed us, and that was the worst part about it, So,
got your MLK decorations up yet? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I haven't decorated. The only holiday that I've decorated for in the last 10 years is the 4th of July. I set off some sparklers in my front yard, and that's as far as I've gone with celebrating holidays. There was a girl we called Tonewood back in the day, back in school, but it was a totally different concept. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to get
James. Yeah, you're right. Like any of our is working.
I was going to hang my guitar outside for decoration.
What chord was that?
That sounds like a guitar that wood does make difference in.
Yeah. Bruce is awesome on slide. He's awesome on slide.
What are you playing there, Bruce?
Screwball.
I watched for an hour and a half. I watched a Twitter live feed tonight of Junior Brown and his wife.
Daggone, you know what? I gotta say this. Dave's smart as hell. That guy has good ears. You notice what he says right away? He's right. Yeah. All I do is just tune to open E, and I know it's like a piss poor way of a 6 tuning, but I just tune to open E and then turn the second string up a whole step, and that's my 6 tuning.
What's the guitar you're playing, man?
It's it's an old, just a Regal.
Oh, cool.
Nothing super special or anything, but I like the guitar though.
A Resonator.
Yeah, it has. I should really reset the neck, but I don't worry about it because
you play slide on it.
Yeah, I mean I fret a couple notes on like up to the 3rd fret, 5th fret once in a while, but I kind of like it that I can use it flat on my lap or however and just play the thing.
Hey Linda, Dickie's in my chat. I gotta go get my wife. I gotta go get my wife. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know. I like playing around with it though.
Sounds good, man.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it's fun.
It's probably the one I haven't got in my collection is the resonator.
Yeah. But even a steel string can sound pretty cool too, though. I think playing.
I've got a lap steel.
Yeah, I love lap steels, and you know they sound really cool, distorted, and I got addicted to that sound. I can't get it exactly or play like that, but David Lindley, especially when he was playing with Jackson Brown, when he did Running on Empty. Did you ever hear the lap steel on that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just killer to me. Like that's the sound I wish I could get. You know, the whole thing. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of tragic when it comes to collecting guitars, man. There's
It's
about
addictive, you mean?
37 of them sitting in my house at the moment.
I'll show you one that I think it's kind of cool. I have an old Gibson lap steel and a couple other weird things and stuff. This is one I like a lot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of spelled weird. It says Rickenbacher.
Okay.
Yeah, which is back before, I guess they didn't like the name, the way it was spelled, you know, so they changed the spelling of it. I'm thinking it's 1939, I think.
Probably to lose the German association or something.
What?
Lose the association with like a German sounding name after the war.
Well, you know, you remember, you mean because they changed it to Rickenbacker, you mean because Rickenbacher didn't sound right? Or
Yeah.
What are you showing, that old lap steel that you got?
Yeah, the Rickenbacher. Yeah.
You know, I did not know that they were an American company.
Yeah, a lot of people think they're from England, you know.
I thought they were German.
Oh, really? No, I always knew
I always thought they were German.
Did I ever show you the amp that came with that?
No.
Yeah, it's a weird little steel cased amp, you know, and yeah, Dave's right. Yeah, they made those little frying pan ones, whatever. They're really cool looking, you know. This was a little later, but it is amazing to me though how growly and nasty that dang pickup sounds. You know, for something made that long ago.
It sounds. I know. Yeah, it sounds good. It reminds me of a harmonica through a bullet mic.
Oh, you've heard me like running it through. If I run it through this one.
Hi, Lori.
This one Mesa Boogie I have, it's called a Maverick. That some people called it like the poor man's Dumble, but then of course they came out with more like Dumble clones and stuff. But that guitar through that amp though, it just has this amazing freaking growl that I can't quite get out of most other amps. Sometimes I can get pedals and different things and get it close, but that amp just sounds, with that thing just sounds, well, maybe to my ears it's getting close to that David Lindley sound, kind of, you know. Sort of.
I watched a Joe Bonamassa interview Larry Carlton the other night, and I never heard a more boring guy than Larry Carlton. He didn't get excited about anything, you know. It just
Who? Larry Carlton?
Yeah, Joe Bonamassa was trying to work him up, you know, to tell some of the stories about playing with Steely Dan and this stuff, and it was just like, it was like he just, you know, it was all matter of fact, and it was like, Jesus, man, you know, it's.
Yeah, but you have to admit though, man, when that guy plays, I think he's a killer player.
Larry, watch one and play back.
You can give Larry a run for his money. Yeah. Yeah,
that Junior Brown thing. Now that Junior Brown, I forget his wife's name, but she plays acoustic guitar. She plays acoustic guitar, and he plays that it's Telecaster neck, but it's a Telecaster lap steel thing.
Yeah, on a
playing
pole.
two guitars, and it was just them two. They played for an hour and a half straight, and Joe Bonamassa was the one that shared it to Twitter. So I went, and
wow.
he did get Charlemagne. He did get Charlemagne. They talked about that solo, but anyway, they did an hour and a half and it was streamed to Twitter, and I watched it, and there were only like, this Junior Brown, there's only like 10, 12 people at the most ever watching the thing, and I'm like, how can a guy like this, only get 10 people watching?
Yeah, okay, you're gonna laugh, man. When I first heard Junior Brown, though, and it was from a country player that shared it with me, and I said, well, I think he's like kind of like, I thought he was sort of making a mockery of country in a weird way, like it was a joke to him somehow. And then it took me a while to realize that was actually his sound. Although he did have the surf medley stuff and things he's done, but
he does a lot of that, yeah.
But he has a really kind of a weird
lot of reverb, man. He's like,
it's a weird country feel to me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I think he is having fun.
He crosses like up country and blues, And the surf stuff. He throws the surf stuff.
Yeah.
Like he did an instrumental. He did an instrumental of Secret Agent Man. It was all instrumental, and he just played the melody with that style that he's got.
Well, he's not too bad when he was into doing Hendrix either and stuff.
Yeah. He didn't do any of that tonight that I remember. He didn't get any of that. It was a lot of country songs, and then he broke into like some surf instrumentals.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, his guitar is weird.
I realized then that he was just a killer player, and that was just. Yeah, it's unique.
And his wife plays acoustic guitar behind him, and she's great too.
Yeah, I'm trying to find more of this. I started getting into this stuff like a year or two ago, this dark country-like stuff, but then I found it kind of crosses over into alt country or Americana, that kind of thing. I don't know if you heard any of that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not real big. I mean, it has a following, but I think it's kind of you're not going to hear it on the radio, I don't think.
I listen to Sirius radio, and I either listen to the 60s on 6, classic vinyl, or Willie's Roadhouse, or Steve Van Zant's Underground Garage. And Underground Garage gets a lot of he's all over the place with that stuff. Jerry Douglas, Dave, is from Warren, Ohio. He's like 30 miles from me is where he's from. You're talking about Jerry Douglas that plays with
that guy's killer, man.
The dobro player that plays with
yeah.
What's the name? The chick
yeah. Something Allison Krauss.
Allison Krauss.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I know, it makes me want to quit or work harder. I know, it's something like that.
There are certain guitar players that, like, I would say that I really idolize or whatever, and for one reason or another, and played with Tony Rice. Yeah, sadly Tony Rice passed away, but that I never tried to play their music, and one of those was Jeff Beck. I would listen to Jeff Beck, and I loved Jeff Beck, and I'd listen to his records and stuff, but I never even tried to attempt to play the music. And maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I would have advanced farther, down.
But if I remember correctly, I think Dave's Guitar Channel, as best I remember, he was saying that Jeff Beck was like his very favorite guitarist when it came to jazz.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. You get the Cookie Monster running in, ransacking the room.
I'm going to have to jump off camera, guys. I've got to sort of close down a bit here. It's like there's a thunderstorm about to hit real bad here. So
Okay.
yeah. But I'll be
Cool.
in the chat, okay?
Okay,
right.
wait. I have to wait for the comment. I have to go, but I'm waiting for Dave's comment.
I like modern metal. I like modern.
Okay, there we go. There's the comment. No, I'm not a Jeff Beck fan. See, look. Okay, look. I did it. I apologize. I trolled your channel, Ed. Well, I trolled Dave. I did.
Why?
Because I remember him talking about Jeff Beck before, and I think he was saying that Larry Carlton said he sounded like it was somebody trying to play jazz or something, and it stuck in my head for like all this time. I'm sorry, Dave. I couldn't help it. Oh.
Well,
I understand, though. I know compared to those guys, he's not Joe Pass.
I mean, it goes back to me that I was alive. When the Yardbirds records were on the radio. I was alive, and actually, I didn't hear that stuff on the radio. That stuff, people. Someone would have the album Over, Under, Sideways, Down, or whatever. They had the album, and you heard the album. And over the years, he evolved, and then it was the Jeff Beck group, and he played with Rod Stewart. And so it was a lot different back then. And then he evolved into something else. And then the big one was when in like 75, 76, somewhere around there, 74, 75, Blow by Blow came out. And I listened to Blow by Blow, and I tried to figure out Freeway Jam and a couple other things. But to me, it was just more, I just want to listen to this more than I want to play it. Because I was playing easier stuff, Humble Pie and Grand Funk. Grand Funk, 3/4 of Grand Funk songs were like 2 chords.
Well, I loved the way that Jan Hammer played back then.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
he played with Beck.
Yeah, maybe he's technically better now, but there was a feel that they had going back and forth that was just it's freaking incredible. And I love the tone of that synth.
He did it on, I think, the Wired album. He's got Jean-Luc Ponty on there. And a lot of the stuff that I thought was guitar was actually a violin.
Wait a minute. You know what? I swear I remember a recording I found. Man, I could be wrong. I swear it was Alan Holdsworth and Jean-Luc Ponty together. It was Enigmatic Ocean. Wait, Enigmatic Ocean. What was that?
I don't know. Dave gets nervous when the cameras are off.
Uh-oh.
He hates it when people turn the cameras off. He says he feels like he's eavesdropping on a phone call.
Okay, it was with Jean-Luc Ponty. Let me see if type in
Zappa was another one. I loved his music, but I never tried to play it.
Here's what it was. It was, if you can find Enigmatic Ocean. I don't know. You might like it, you might not. But it was Jean-Luc Ponty, Alan Holdsworth, and I don't know who Daryl Stormer is. And I don't know. I thought it was just killer, though.
Adrian Ballou. You met Adrian Ballou at Sweetwater Epiphonium. That would be cool. Yeah. I've never run into anybody famous. Freaking Dave's guitar channel. He knows all them famous guys. He used to sell them strings and shit. But that's even like the Beatles. I grew up on the Beatles, but our bands didn't try to play the Beatles because we never had 3 guys that could sing together. We couldn't get 2 guys to sing together.
I haven't met too many super famous people, but a few. But I remember meeting Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. That was a weird deal.
I met Rick Nielsen and Robin Zander because I yelled at them at an outdoor concert at Conneaut Lake Park, which is a very small venue. And they were the headliner. And there was a Journey tribute band, a AC/DC tribute band. Then the Romantics blew the PA out. And then there was this big, long pause. And then Cheap Trick was coming out. And they came out of the hotel and got into a bus to drive like 50 feet to the stage. And I yelled at Robin Zander. I said, I've been a fan of yours for 20 freaking years. And he come over and he shook my hand. He goes, thanks, man.
Well, I had when I was out working in the front of my house, had this whiskey barrel with flowers.
Hey, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin.
I was weeding the thing out. I heard this guy started talking to me, and I looked over, and there was these like weird boots with these silver gauchos and stuff all over them. And I looked up, and there's this guy with this like braided, weird-looking beard, and he asked about the guitar shop. And so,
Rick Nielsen?
Yeah,
he's got that. He had that beard for a while.
Yeah, and so I invited him in, and I had this Les Paul Jr. And back then, I wanted $800 for it, and I mean now it'd be worth thousands, I guess. But he said he'd give me $5 for it, and I remember I said no. I said I really like to get 1,012 then, and I said, but I take 8, and he said, well, I'll give you 5, and I said no, and then eventually he left. Well, the bass player was with him too. He seemed like a nice guy, but Nielsen, I was just kind of like, eh.
Hey, Ryan from Midwest, how you doing? Glad you stopped in. The bass player is Tom Hamilton.
Okay, he seemed like a real nice guy. But, I mean, I guess Nielsen wanted to make money. You can't blame him for that, but.
He's got, Rick Nielsen, don't feel bad, because he's got one of the biggest guitar
collections in the world, yeah.
He's got a huge guitar. Now, Randy Bachman, he had the largest Gretsch collection of anybody. And
wow.
he donated the whole freaking thing to a Gretsch museum. Now, I don't know if he says he donated it, but, I got a kind of feeling he probably sold it. But he had this giant Gretsch collection that was like one of the best collections out there. I saw Joe Bonamassa post on Twitter the other day that he's got about 10,000 guitars.
Wow.
He had a thing. There were 10 Gibsons on a thing, and the guy commented, wow, you've got 10 guitars, and he goes, you left off 3 zeros.
Jeez.
10,000 guitars.
Well, be enough to imagine the price to try to restring them all at one time.
He buys up every 59, 57, 58 Les Paul he can find. Every Fender freaking tweed amp out there, if he sees it, he buys it. And it's like, geez, man, Can you imagine if 1959 you bought a gold top Les Paul and now it's worth 250,000 freaking bucks?
I don't know, Ed. I've had some guitars that, I look back and only so many, but there's certain ones I look back and I can't believe, like.
Did you let them go?
Oh, man, yeah. Like I had a 52 Telly one time, 57 Strat. I had a 59 Les Paul at one time.
Dude, those things, it almost doesn't matter what model.
I know, but
I think at 59 there might have only been one model.
The one that really kills me that I sold was I had a ES 175 in 1951. That's probably, I don't know how much they're worth, but that was like, man, now I think, oh my God, I don't believe I sold that guitar. Yeah, I don't know. I've had some, but you know, when you were selling that stuff in the '90s, like it didn't bring that kind of money. You know that.
Oh, they didn't make gold tops in '59. Okay, but they were sunburst.
Yeah,
When did they make the first gold top, Ryan? When did they make the first gold top?
I don't know. I do know that they made like the deluxes and stuff, and like
I thought there were some
60s.
50s gold tops. I was pretty sure there were some 50s gold tops.
I did have for a period of time, but I traded it back to a buddy of mine, and it was an ES 295, and that was done in gold, similar to a gold top color.
Wow,
that was a neat guitar.
But Ryan, I'm speaking hypothetically because I've never had anything like that ever.
Well,
I had the closest. The last gold top was 57. Okay.
Yeah, but what
I ever had was a '60s Fender Duosonic, and it got stolen from.
But what year did they bring back the? See, I was thinking it was 68, 69, or was it or in the early '70s? I forget when they did the. They did blue tops. Well, very few of them. At least I don't remember seeing many of them, but I remember seeing the gold top deluxes. You'd see a good many of them, and then there were some blue ones and red ones. I think they were more.
My holy grail. My holy grail is a gold top with either P90s or the mini humbuckers. Either one. I don't care what year. It could be a 2020, 2021. It could be a 75. It could be a 52.
They do sound
anyone. If I get a Les Paul gold top with either mini humbuckers or P90s, I can die happy. I can just die. Then I can just die.
Do you like one better than the other? I mean, I think they sound very different to me, but I like them both. I kind of like them.
I've only owned one guitar in my life with P90s, and that is this Epiphone Les Paul Special. And I love that guitar. It was only $125. I love that guitar. I like the P90s. I like the mini humbuckers because I like the look. I can't tell you anything about how they sound.
They're bright, clear, and clean. I don't know. I like them.
Okay, well, I can live with that.
The ones that came in your Firebirds, they were even different yet. I mean, they had ceramic magnets in a different configuration. I forget if they changed it around over a couple of years.
The burst buckers in my Epiphone Les Paul, that is a root beer burst. It's just a standard top, plain top. Came out of a gold top 60s reissue, and they've got the push pull so it splits the pickup. And though I got those, the guy was just nice to me and sold me all the electronics, the pots, the switch, the jack, the output jack, the whole kit and caboodle out of his gold top because he wanted P90s. So he replaced them with original Gibson P90s and sold me those other ones for $100.
I'm wondering what the pickup is that Dave's talking about. I hate to say it, man, but I've always I've never wanted a PRS only because oh my God, when was that? That was being the 80s sometime. I got into this big argument with Paul Reed Smith. He wanted to offer me
you a job. You said he offered you a job, but he didn't want to pay you.
He offered me at the very same time, I think it was in Chicago, I could have gone to Hammer, and they offered me like 14 something an hour, 14 or 15. And then I actually had a pretty decent offer with La Cido, I think it is. It did Seagull and Godin and that. But I would have had to go into Quebec, and I guess.
Yeah, we had to go to Canada.
Yeah, they said I had to learn French. And so I I turned that down, and then PRS offered me a job, but it was like $5 an hour. And so I had mentioned that I had some ideas to make his tremolo stay in tune better. And he said, my tremolo never goes out of tune. I said, well, I'll tell you, if you dump the bar and then put it on a tuner, I said, I got some ideas you might be interested in. And then he fucking went off, man. He started screaming at me and stuff. Everybody says he's always laid back and mellow, but he was really pissed on that. I'm like, well, I didn't lose much. I mean, what? I lost $5 an hour job. But
that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, and so I've never owned a PRS.
I don't have anything against PRS.
No, I do because
other than the price.
That's
other
all.
than the price. And if I'm going to spend that,
they're good guitars,
If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'm going to buy a Gibson because that's what I grew up with.
Not me.
That was legendary for me. I mean, there's an attachment to what you know. When I was a kid, there was Gibson, Fender, and Teisco.
No.
And
Guild and Gretsch.
Well, yes. There was. But, to be the man, you had to have a Gibson or a Fender. I remember my brother, I was 13 or 14
One
years
more
old.
cigarette, then I'm going to bed.
Okay. He gave me a Gibson SG Junior. And
oh, wow. Yeah, they were cool.
Somebody had sanded the finish off of it, so there was no finish on it. And I sold that guitar for $15 to buy a Fender Duosonic because I couldn't keep that SG in tune.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't understand that it probably required a wound G string.
Well, yeah.
It had a wraparound tailpiece. And I had no idea how to intonate or set up a guitar at the time. I was a kid. I was
right.
I didn't know. And
well, then again, didn't that Bronco have like 2 bridge saddles? Or no, I mean 3 bridge saddles, kind of like a Telly, or
the Duosonic, yes.
Oh, Duosonic, yeah.
Yes, yes, it did. But I learned from a guy about intonation on that guitar because, it was plainly visible that you could turn the screw and move that bridge saddle. And they said, you got to do this. And it was all by ear. I had no tuner. I mean, you're talking 1972, 73. I had no tuner. It was all by ear. And they said, you've got to get it to where you hit the open string and you hit the harmonic on the 12th string, 12th fret, and then you fret the 12th fret, and they all got to sound the same. And if it's sharp, you move it back. If it's flat, you move it forward. And, it was all by ear.
Yeah. I remember trying to do it, but I've done it by ear. Yeah.
Dave, I gotta tell you,
from Florida.
Dave, Paul Reed Smith nauseates me with their promotions and their some of the people that they get.
To be honest, I like his guitars. I mean, I've played a couple, and I like them. I like his tremolo design, but I just thought the guy had a cocky attitude, and maybe I do too. But I wasn't going to share my ideas without having something. I was willing to. I mean, I still have the ideas in my head. I've never. Maybe I should build the damn thing before I get too damn old.
That's like the Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky. I do not have a problem with a 7 1/4 inch radius Strat neck. But what if you spend $4,000 or whatever it is on that guitar and then you don't like it? What do you do then?
Yeah.
Learn to live with it. take
But
a loss.
His idea, I think, of floating the bridge and putting it on 6 screws. I mean, there's reason for that. It's interesting the way he did everything, getting all the strings in a straight line and enough angle that it's not buzzing, but yet.
Well, I have never had a problem with the standard fender trim. The classic fender trim, I've never had a problem with it because I'm not a dive bomber. I don't dump it. I just use it for a little wobble, you know, little.
Right. But again, though, I'd say, I mean, if I'm just saying, if you throw it on a tuner, it's like if you're getting super picky about it. Well, you remember all the freaking crazy shit I go through trying to make a Strat tremolo work without going out of tune. I mean, it's freaking insane, you know. And the Floyd Rose I really like, but
I was like the Kaler because they are backloaded, and you didn't have to like cut the ball off, and you know, you just slide the string through the back of the tremolo and up.
Well, yeah, as long as you
slide it through the locking nut, unscrew the locking nut, slide it through, put it in. Or take that off and get locking tuners, which is what I did.
Yeah, but you see, when you have locking tuner without the locking nut, though, then you still have the friction point. Now you have the roller wheels.
Yes.
Sliding through the nut. So, but
my Strat Plus has a 2-point trim fender. You know, that might be Wilkinson on that Strat Plus. I'm not sure if that's Fender or Wilkinson, but it's a 2-point trim with a roller nut. I'm pretty sure that Dave might know. It's a Strat Plus 94. It has a roller nut and the locking tuners. I think that's all Wilkinson shit on there, on that Strat Plus.
But I mean, mostly to me is, you know, it's just friction and trying to deal with it and get everything to come back into place the same every time. And
the only
that design is, I've got to look up the man tremolo. Now that's interesting.
The only thing I struggle with sometimes on a Strat is binding in the nut. That's the biggest problem is binding in the nut.
But you know, if you, depending on how you wind your strings, to make sure that it's truly round and there's nothing square or particularly anything V-shaped, it's got to be truly round. And you can break the 4.5 edges ever so slightly, you know, and then you gotta, you know, like I was saying about winding the strings up and down on the peg, you'd think that they'd whack out, but the reality is you got to have the right angle. You have to have enough in there that the string's not rattling in the nut, and yet so you need a little bit of pitch. But if you have too much friction, you can't expect it to come back in place. You know,
right.
And it should be lubed, of course, and then working with the bridge and getting that set up right. But I mean, I can still say though that even with all that, or even with a PRS, the reality is if you drop the bar and say you take a G string, or let's go to the B string or the high E or something, and you want to drop it a whole step and bring it in like doing like Alan Holdsworth type stuff, whatever. You can't put it on a meter and expect it to be perfect. It's not. You can get it damn close, but I've never seen one be perfect.
Dave's Guitar Channel. Who is Trevor Wilkinson? Because I'll tell you what, I like Wilkinson stuff. I've got Wilkinson hardware on a lot of my guitars. I've got it on my Franken Telly. I've got his Telly bridge on there, the compensated brass saddles. I've got my and don't laugh or criticize, but my Harley Benton has all Wilkinson stuff. The bridge, the pickups, everything is Wilkinson. They're all Nico on that Harley Benton. And yeah, it was like a $200 guitar, but you know what? For $200, that's the best $200 ever spent. And that Strat Plus, I think, is all Wilkinson stuff. So, and then you've got the Wilkinson sword razor blades. You know, who can complain?
Well, the man makes a it looks like, you know, a slightly different design of the the Leo Kwan Badass style bridge. But man, I'm surprised that yeah, I can see that, like the PRS style bridge. That's really cool. They're
What do you
definitely
mean,
not
Mark?
cheap.
Kidding you, Mark? What are you kidding you?
Holy hell, is like solid stop bridge. Well, yeah, it even says PRS stop tail bridge. Wow, that's pretty neat. Dang on. Thanks for sharing that, Dave.
Well, I didn't know that his name was Trevor Wilkinson. You know, it's just Wilkin. I didn't even know the man would still be alive. If he's still alive, then his products really aren't all that old. Yes, right, Mark, I would have guessed who he was, but still, I didn't know his first name. And like I said, I wouldn't even know that he would still be alive. I didn't know how long that stuff has been around. It could have been around, as far as I know, the Wilkinson stuff could have been around in the 30s or the 40s, or, you know, the company just continued.
Hey, here they have PRS Magic Magnets for your guitar.
Magic Magnets.
No, I'm kidding, man.
Rare earth. They're rare earth magnets.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody like that. What was the guy from Epiphone? His name was Epi something. But Epi was his first name.
You know, I got a really weird lap steel that's made by a company called...
No, Mark, I know you're not picking on me. It's all good.
One day I got to drag this one out, though, Ed. It's a lap steel made by a company called Epitone. Epitone. I don't know. It's really old too. I mean, I have no idea how old. I never really looked up too much information on it, but it is a cool lap steel.
But I've always had
no, actually I think it's Epitome. I always thought it said Epitone. But I think I'm wrong. It says they're from like 40s, 50s, somewhere in that area.
Well, I've always had a good experience with Wilkinson. Anything that was Wilkinson on it, I've always had a good experience with it. It's worked.
Yeah, I like the razors back in the days, the Wilkinson.
Hey, yeah, Wilkinson sword, Wilkinson steel.
Yeah.
British steel. Yeah, where is Wilkinson from? There's a question, guys. Where's he from?
I don't know.
Is he English or German?
England, you know.
Is he an Italian?
Italian.
Godo, I've always liked Godo stuff too. He's from England. Okay, I've always liked Godo stuff too.
Crazy Japs.
And I've never figured out why people change the Kluson tuners off their Gibsons. Why would you take the Klusons off and put Grovers on? Han Solo, South Africa. Okay, now he's all over the place. Nelson, Firebird V 12 string, new style, solid body 12 string guitar, double cutaway, sunburst finish, 2 built-in humbuckers. What is that, a Gibson? Nelson Rodriguez, is that a Gibson? Yeah, I have Grover tuners on my Epiphone Les Paul has Grover tuners.
Cost twice as much. I would have liked Grover's on a 12.
Grovers have better tone. All right, Ryan.
Yeah. Showers suck.
Schaller, you bastards.
You damn Nazi bastards.
You Nazi bastard Schaller tuners.
Well, I do remember this. I remember when Grover's used to have flathead screws to hold the buttons on. And then I think they sold out. Started making them overseas, and I swear that's when they went to Philips. Said
My main
Maybe I'm wrong.
strat that I don't play anymore because I wore it out. It needs. It plays fine actually, but it really could use a refret. It has Spurzl locking tuners on it.
Yeah, I have to admit, Dave. Yeah, I think some of the old showers, they just seem to be like one machine piece of steel, and it seemed like I thought the edges held up much better. I think. I have one of those.
I like a locking nut for stability, but if you're on stage and you break a string, you better have another guitar to grab because you're not changing the string in a minute.
No, but there is something though that you can do with a Floyd Rose. It's kind of cool. Is that you can, when you break a string, it usually breaks at the saddle anyhow. If you're working a trem,
For me, it does. It breaks at the saddle.
Well, that's what I mean. I meant at the saddle. What did I say? I forget what I said there. On the edge, at the saddle. And so the cool thing about a Floyd, though, that you can do is just loosen it up, pull it out, unwind a string like one wind or so, or a couple winds, whatever, stick it down in, relock it, tighten it back up, and you're back rolling again.
You know what? You need to do a video on that. That is a trick. Now but see, if you're using locking tuners, people won't have any winds around the tuning.
But you don't need locking tuners when you have a locking nut. That's the whole point.
Right.
If you have 3 or 4 winds on it.
That's a habit I have. I do not like not having like 3 or 4 winds around my peg head.
Right, that's my
I do not like that. And some people say the locking tuners, you pull it tight, you lock it, and then you tune it up, and like you don't even have a full wind up there. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. I want that string wound around 3-4 times at least around the tuning peg. I don't know why. I don't have a scientific reason for it.
On my Ibanez, I think I have it here. I'm trying to think what the heck I do with this. Yeah, you'll laugh at my when I get this to show. But if you see how the strings are, like they all come down across like
very straight.
Yeah, they all have like about the same break angle, and that's because I wound just one turn, but I have the low E wound up the peg, and the same with the A, and then the D,
and then the other ones you wind down the peg.
The D I don't have it's just like halfway straight through and then locked, and then the other ones, I wind down until I just get enough angle without any string trees.
See that's
I haven't even
staggered tuning pegs are for the ones
it's not in perfect tune to begin with, but it's been sitting there for like weeks without being touched. But
that's a cool guitar. What's the model on that guitar? What's the model on that guitar?
Uh-oh.
What model is that guitar?
Look at that. Ed, stop it. It went out. I must have bumped the tuner. No, I don't know.
Ryan from the Midwest, on all my Fender guitars, I take the string tree off of the
G and D string.
I take that string tree off.
But the other thing you can do too is you can make shims underneath the first and second one, so that it doesn't dip down and back up. You can bring it so it's just the right angle, if you know what I mean.
That's not a bad idea.
Make little shims. I don't know.
I've actually taken all the string trees off
under it, but you could get an oversized barrel. You can file it down to where you just have enough angle. I don't know. It's just me. It's kind of weird.
If I've got locking tuners, I'd take all the string trees off.
This guitar needs, this guitar needs set up though. I haven't set it up in a long time. But yeah, I'm trying to think what the heck model it is. I kind of forget.
Isn't it written on the headstock?
Yeah, it's an RT 450.
Okay, I have no clue what that is.
I think it's an older Ibanez. I mean,
Dave uses the shims. He shims up the string tree.
Yeah. That's the thing. Right. Yeah, I think it. You know, and I mean, I'd rather have more angles sometimes than not have. I guess it's always that balancing act to try to just get rid of the rattle on the open notes, and yet barely. You know, if I wanted to, I don't know. Yeah, the old deal. You can't have everything, I guess.
True.
Yeah, it's that's why I am somewhat impressed with what Paul Reed Smith did, though. I think, well, like Dave was saying, though, it's a man tremolo. It is a cool trem, I think. I mean, it's a cool idea that Peghead designed the whole thing. It was freaking smart.
You know, how many people though in the chat here? How many of you guys are actually the type of player where you'll dump the whammy bar, where you're just gonna dump that thing all the way down?
Okay, so I hear what you're saying, right? Like I definitely understand what you're getting at. But if you do something like, say you're doing like, if I just go to drop that E string down, I'm going down a half step.
See, I'm just as likely to pull my whammy bar and pull it up.
There's the kind of lick I'll do.
For fun, yeah, to dump it for fun.
What do you mean? What you mean? Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying my,
Take care, Kevin.
Well,
Good
no.
to see you.
But even
Thanks.
doing that stuff, though, I find that it'll,
Paul Thin Kev sent me £3 in Paddington Bear.
but that light stuff, I mean, I don't find that to be a problem, but
Like, say you're playing something like Sleepwalk and you just want a little tremolo there where.
but say I want to do this, like, I don't know. I need to stay in tune if I want to do something like that, or, you know, hopefully better than that. But I don't know. I guess I don't use a trem as much as I used to. I still like it, though.
Well,
I need a Strat type, this kind of trem or something, though, so I can hold my palm against it. So when I string bend, it doesn't, like when playing 2 or 3 notes at the same time and bending one up.
look, I just got a comment on my mayonnaise and Miracle Whip video. You're civilized, but you put the condiment on the bread after you, and I'd have to click on that to see what it said. Oh my God. And that video is 5 years old, and people still comment about Miracle Whip and mayonnaise.
Well, I don't know which is better. I I don't know. I shouldn't get thinking about tremolos.
Yeah, I can't find the comment, but
The usage of a pick. Oh, geez, Zooey, I don't even have a pick. No, I do have picks. I started to ever since.
no, Bruce is a no pick picker.
Well, yeah, but I stuck this piece of glass accidentally through my hand, like last year or so, and since then, I went to. Oh, geez, I have to show you like this. I went through this thing of like trying these weird picks that fit on your fingernails. They're strange. I went through these, and then of course, you know, all your normal finger picks, and then trying to play with thumb picks and kind of, I don't know, kind of just use a flat pick, because if I use this finger too much, it really gets the glass like stuck up right into the joint, and so it's stuck in the joint, and I had to pull it out. And it was like stuck in the cartilage or whatever hell, the tendon. And and then with the coronavirus and all that stuff, you know, I thought I would eventually, it got really bad when I was doing a lot of work on guitars and sanding and doing a lot of stuff. It got all swollen up. And that's when I started playing with picks again, you know, and
I just had
couldn't even go to
arthritis,
the doctor for it
arthritis and spinal cord issues ruined my finger picking. I can still hybrid pick with my finger, with my FU finger. I can hybrid pick with that a little bit. But if I tried to do, like, if I tried to play Black Mountain Side right now by Led Zeppelin with finger picking, I couldn't do it.
Does your third finger not work real well then?
It works, but it's got like a delay.
Oh, geez, ooey.
It'll go, but it won't go when I need it to go. They just don't move.
I wonder if you practice enough. Do you think you'd be able to like almost think ahead to get it to move?
I tried that. I spent hours trying to play Cannonball Rag, finger picking it. I tried it with no finger picks. I tried it with a thumb pick and steel picks, and I couldn't.
Does it hurt, or is it more that?
No, it doesn't hurt. No, it doesn't hurt. It just doesn't. I can't move my hand. My fingers won't move. My index finger is almost stiff.
Wow.
So the only thing I can use it for is to just hold a pick between my thumb and my index finger.
Well, yeah, I kind of know what you mean by that.
If I flip the guitar over and played left-handed, my left hand still works, which thank God for that, because I can still fret.
Right. Yeah, that's rough stuff, man, when you're anything in your spinal area like that. I mean, that could really screw you up, man. Yeah, I can still walk, but no, but seriously, no, I know what you mean.
I can still chew bubblegum and pat myself on the head.
No. What I mean is, for my lower back getting screwed up, my one calf muscle, whatever, like atrophied like radically, and there's not anything you can really do about it, except maybe get another operation. But it's too late, I think, once you have enough nerve damage.
Can't you just walk it off?
You're
walk
kidding
it
me.
off, buddy. Just walk it off.
No.
Remember when you were a kid? I got killed on the playground. And the playground lady said, walk it off.
To tell you the truth, though, the reason I had it done at all was because when I did walk, once I got any weight on my foot as I was switching from one leg to the other, it would just drop. Like I just fall on my heel. And so that's why I went in and got the operation.
That's what happened to my dad.
Yeah, didn't have a lot of
what happened to my dad. He ended up with a shoe that had a brace in it that would keep his foot from dropping.
Right. Yeah, I could imagine that. But it, like if I try to run or something, it's hard. I can walk pretty normally, but I can't really run and stuff. So I can't run away. Maybe I should just get a roller skate for that.
Well, I guess then you have to stand and fight. You know.
Yeah, it would.
Which is what a true conservative would do.
Well, yeah, that's great. Well, actually, no. I think a real conservative would try to walk away, but a real asshole would just keep calling you names and shit. That's what I mean about the dumb shit that goes on YouTube. You know, it's like, who the hell would do that? Like in real life, you know.
Well, that's like that guy today with his gun and his knife and his uniform and his whistle and his badge, and he's not wearing a mask. And it's like, I really want to say something to this guy, but
which guy?
I was in the gas station.
That guy, right.
Guy had no mask on.
Yeah.
But he's wearing a knife on one side, a gun on the other side. He's got a security badge, and it said private security, and I don't know where it was from, so he's not a cop. And it's like, you arrogant son of a gun. You know, you just, because you don't need a mask because you got a gun. You just shoot that virus down.
Well, hell yeah. See, look, you stupid bastard.
Yeah, where'd you get that whistle, Dave? That's what I was to say. Where'd you get that?
Even if you had snake shot in that damn thing, it wouldn't kill the virus. Maybe.
And he was buying lottery tickets.
Well, I saw a guy last night.
Well, the Ohio Powerball was like 500 million, so people are like going crazy.
I don't know if you've ever seen this happen, but I should stay away from the damn smokers outlet. They have lottery in there too, so if they won't kill you with cigarettes, well, it's your own damn fault for buying the cigarettes and playing the lottery. But the damn thing is, so this guy, he came in and somehow he won like $400, and so I watched him actually blow the $400 he just won
on more tickets.
Yeah, he left
on more tickets.
I don't know. I just remember my dad saying that, like, it didn't really, growing up, I remember him saying, well, if you just put $1 or $2 or, a couple bucks in whatever, at least you're in there. It's like it's something. And your odds don't change that much if you put a lot in. Like, you'd have to, when you consider the amount of money that's already, people are, you know what I mean? All the other people. So
there was a guy,
and
there was a guy that owned a bar that we used to play at, him and his wife. Back in the 90s, his brother spent $1 on an auto lotto from the town I lived in, Geneva, Ohio, won $24 million.
Wow. I knew a guy.
And they bought that bar and bought like all kinds of things in our town. They took over a bunch of stuff and bought it. And ended up running everything into the ground, and it all ended up closing.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, go ahead, and I'll tell you like a really weird story.
Well, the guy won $24 million and ended up could not pay his bills.
Wow, that's freaking screwball. I knew a guy that won. He was my dad's barber, and then I went to him as. I guess till I was somewhere in my 20s, probably. Anyhow, I remember he won the $1 million lottery. And I do remember going to a lady in town here that cut hair, and I mentioned that I always normally went to him. And, oh, man, she went off on this killer freaking rant. Like, and then I realized that, like, apparently barbers, like, hate the guy because I guess the point was he doesn't have to work. But I asked him one day when I was getting my haircut, I'm like, why do you work? And he said, well, I have to work. He said, I bought all these apartment buildings and do this, and I'm just making money off of that that's coming in. And he said, I have to work. I think really what it was is he liked working.
Listen, this is what happened. This kid, Todd Mills, that won the $24 million.
But I'm sure, my point is, I'm sure he still has money. That's kind of my point.
He does. He kept going to his job. He worked at a factory called Perfection that built.
Oh, he did.
he kept going to work. He worked at a factory that built hot water tanks and valves and shit for hot water heaters.
Hmm.
And he kept going to work, and they called him in. They go, Todd, what are you doing? He goes, what do you mean? They go, we got to let you go, you know? It's like, what are you talking about? You got to let me go. He says, everybody here hates you. They can't stand you. You won $24 million. And they can't stand the sight of you. And you're causing such, you know, we can't deal with it. We got to let you go. And he finally figured it out. He goes, shit, you know, what am I doing?
That is fucked up. Well, I mean, but it is weird though. I mean, in a way though, I mean, like a guy wants to just still live a normal life for some reason, you know? And I think I saw the barber guy was like, he did have a Maserati, I mean, but it was like a family car like thing sitting there, but
my Maserati does 185.
Yeah, but I will
I
tell you,
lost my license. Now I don't drive.
No, dead serious. So, like, it wasn't perfectly clean or beautiful or always washed and waxed or anything. He just drove it, you know. And I don't think it was like a mega buck car or anything. It was a nice car, but he was an Italian guy. You know what the hell you expect, you know?
Literally, this kid bought. I can't remember what vehicle it was. I don't remember if it was like an F-150 or what he bought. He bought one for every day of the week.
What? Really?
He bought one for every day of the week, and he bought everybody in his family new cars. His dad still drives around in the Corvette that he bought.
Okay, I thought you said he lost. I thought you were beginning to say he lost all his money, you know, but apparently not. I guess.
He did. He got into financial trouble somehow. He got into financial trouble where his bills every month were more than his lottery payments.
Okay, but he did manage to work it out then.
Somehow he worked. Yeah. These people aren't poor. They're not poor. The whole family.
But I think it's cool though to see somebody do that and continue on doing things. So and to, yeah, I guess.
All right, Dave. Thanks for stopping in, Dave. Get some seats, buddy. Maybe you'll go live tomorrow night. I don't see me and Linda going live before Sunday. Actually, maybe Sunday or Monday. Tomorrow would be cool, but we've got something going on that I don't think it'll happen. So
I'll let you know when I win the lottery. And well, wait a minute, it won't happen because I'm too cheap to buy lottery tickets. So.
That's my problem. Yeah, I won't buy the ticket.
You know, I got cigarettes and whiskey and shit to buy. How the heck am I going to do that?
Someday, though, I'm going to make a road trip to Bruce's house.
That would
I'm going to knock on your door.
Where's your mask?
Where's your mask? I'll wear a mask. No problem.
That'd be cool.
That's not a problem.
All right. Well, hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for letting me come in and make noise and carry on.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It's all good.
All right. Take care then. Good night.
Good night. Hey, everybody. In the words of Dave Levine, very good.